as well, because they have so many league phases, right?
Yeah, that's true. We basically reset post every Clash. Mid-season, Clash, BlizzCon. It's always a reset, so it's cool to see. RPG picks the next map. TeamNut opting for first pick here. We're going to be seeing the Infernal Shrines.
Infernal Shrines, that's the map, and I like it. There's many things that you can pick here, many exotic ones as well. I also want to highlight, though, Tetra, that like some of the veterans, right, of RPG are no longer with the team. Chicken seems to be the coach now. We saw him earlier behind the players. Lockjar is gone. And then we also don't have Saw anymore. We don't even know where he went, if he's not playing the game anymore, if he is now with an amateur team. We don't know what happened to him, but all this young blood, all these new players that form the new band of RPG, they seem to really have what it takes to maybe give us a little bit of that former glory of early 2017, late 2016.
Maybe. RPG, they actually came fourth, only a couple points behind. X-Team, no, it was E-Star, SPT, and CE in the first phase we cast. They were so close. And they did not, unfortunately, go to what was then the mid-season brawl. But, well, maybe they can do so for BlizzCon. The hope is there, but they've got to be able to start beating these teams, and TeamNut is the first step. They're banning out the Genji and the Maiev. White Mane has been left available. White Mane is no longer available.
So White Mane now falling into the hands of the Nuts here. Let's see what she can do. She's still 0-1 in professional play on screen, on camera. I'm pretty sure she's definitely more successful in the scrims, though, of the Chinese teams when they practice against one another. So let's see what they can do. Immediately, they steal away the Decker K. Now, this is not because they need to pick a support right now when the enemy team already chose one, but this is because they are afraid that TeamNut would otherwise ban it against them. Because let's face it, Decker Kane probably the overall most consistent and solid support we have in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say consistent considering he's actually not been in the game that long, relatively. Malfurion's like probably the
reliable.
consistent. Yeah, he's currently definitely reliable. As we're going to see a Hanzo coming in here to come over with that White Mane. It's a shame because I was kind of hoping we might see a DSL playing that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, oh my goodness, DSL is going to play the Rainer, though. Like, holy cow, this must be his hero. Stutter Stepping King.
Maybe? I would hope so, but it's definitely obviously not a common one for him, but we already mentioned there's a reason for that.
Back in the days when DSL used to be in his prime, you know, with SPT and all that glory, Jimmy wasn't even considered to be a hero. He was a walking minion. Copyright goes to Grubby, of course. The glorious ranged lane minion.
Yeah. He's got 7 games in Sylvanas. When did this happen? So I'm just scrolling through his hero pool. Like, when did this happen? He's got 100% win rate on 2 games of Zul'jin.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
I wonder if... wait a minute. I wonder if DSL actually played in an amateur team without us noticing?
I mean, he might have a team history. Let me look that up for you.
Like, maybe he was actually getting back some attention, you know, performing well in the Chinese equivalent of the Crucible, or...
yes, he played on... Oh, you mean like right now, not like previously?
Yeah, like you know, in the break between his SBT and now RPG times.
Ooh, excellent point. I'll have to do some research on that for you. Kale Fast comes in, by the way, very quickly. But yeah, he definitely played on teams before SBT. Like he was on TV, Starhorn Royal Club, and Team YL.
Oh man, those ring a lot of good nostalgia bells.
Yeah. Team YL especially. That was a fun one.
Back when China was good, yo.
Yeah, basically always lost to Edge Gaming. Rip. And Phoenix. That could also be a DSL pick, but it looks like he is on that Rainer, as you predicted.
Yeah, so DSL on the Rainer must be right up his alley. Once again, we saw what he was capable of doing on that Cassia in the previous game. And you know what? Simply due to the fact that I think DSL is just on another level compared to the members of TeamNut, I think he has the carry potential. And also something, remember, Tetcher, a little bit of a time ago here, when he was still with SPT, we criticized his recklessness, his aggression. I think he seems to have settled down a little bit. He became a wiser man, you know?
He has indeed. We'll have to see if that does continue. But for now, not too much of an issue. Not too much of an issue. He's been playing pretty solidly so far. He's definitely not been an issue for any of his team's defeats so far.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up if you're a fan of TeamNut. Let us know by cheering some of those icons. They are available by now. So if you're a fan of the A-Team, if you're a fan of TeamNut, you can cheer your Twitch bits onto this channel, and you're going to get some sweet, sweet loot. I've actually seen a couple of TeamNut cheers in the chat already, so give it up for them. If you think that they can actually tie it out against RPG. Anyways, we're going to find out. What was the map, by the way? I forgot to look at it.
The map is Dragonshire.
Dragonshire. Oh, that was last one, right?
Oh, then... Why am I blanking? Yes, that was it.
I remember.
Hooray. All right. Par is in a shark. Ladies and gentlemen, he is on the left with RPG. We have MJ, Free Show C, the aforementioned Par, and DSL.
And TeamNut is represented by Mercy, Atui, Malthael, Jigsaw, and Dia. And they really need this one win now if they want to walk away with at least 1 point. Of course, in China, we still have that best-of-2 format. A draw means 1 each. A victory 2-0 means that this team is going to get 3 juicy points to advance in the table. And once again, we see the Q build, the Martyrdom, being picked at level 1 for Whitemane.
That's cool to see. So not seeing any variation here. Once again, none of that out-of-battle healing.
Yeah.
Not too surprising from what we've seen so far.
Absolutely. And I'm super excited about this game. Like RPG with a main tank ETC. ETC seems kind of back now, at least in China. In other reasons, we don't really see him that often. Urel, of course, another strong frontliner to put next to him. And then DSL Rainer. By the way, he's going for Ace in the Hole, which still means the Ace in the Hole Rainers are in the minority. But, you know, at least a little bit of a trend can be seen.
And Dia takes a little bit of damage. Good knockdown by C. Not enough this time, though, as everyone begins to continue their rotations. Fast trying to rotate very quickly and grabs that gem before that orb disappears, as Phoenix does disappear, or not disappear.
Never seen that one before.
Me neither. That was unexpected, but cool.
He was just put in stasis, you know. No way. Amazing. But yeah, the anticipation was so good, right? Prediction skills next level from TeamNut. They knew exactly where Phoenix would instinctively try to go, and they already postured up some mean thugs around the corner, trying to give him a nasty welcome. And as such, the first blood totally rightfully going over into the hands of the TeamNut.
As the match continues, everything is slowing down once again. Slight harassment. No one's even started the mercenary camps yet. It's all about clearing the lanes. Finally, we're going to see a team start the mercenary camps. RPG begin burning through this bot lane one, but with Dia showing up, it's a 4v4 now. Now it's a 4v4 with Phoenix showing up.
I wonder, okay, let's actually, like, when you see a Ace in the Hole Rainer, you always want to make sure to check your CC potential, right? How many slows do we have? How many stuns? ETC has a stun, which is pretty nice. Urel slows, Decker Kane slows, and I think Phoenix can also slow people, even Rainer at level 7. So I think there's definitely going to be enough damage amplification going on here for RPG. They play this very carefully up to this point, though. 2 mercenaries still alive, so they can take their sweet time. Phoenix actually in the middle, I think, is taking over his own mercenary camp all by himself. So I like the patience by RPG. They do not overstay their welcome here. Give it up.
Chilling out for a bit. Yeah, this game is just so much more chill than everything else. Everyone is just letting the game happen and waiting for the first objective, which is now finally starting this one. Take your time, man. Let the world roll past you.
Where's that from?
I don't know. My brain, apparently.
All right.
That sentence was a good idea.
It sounded pretty convincing. I totally thought you had me with a movie quote there.
No. We see them putting on the pressure. Dia is rooted by the scoreless ceiling. Quick charge in from Blaze, though, preventing anything from happening at the moment. 16-15 in favor of RPG.
These kinds of fights, though, I think are actually good for RPG because Decker Kane is probably going to out-sustain Whitemane sooner or later, right? So Whitemane already Dropping a little low on mana here. Look at C trying to lock down the Blaze. The fight is about to erupt here, and Jigsaw already in trouble, Tetcher.
He's low, he doesn't have 10, but he's sustaining. He turns around for the start onto Urel and finishes her off, but in exchange, good knockback from DSL, and that gives him a 1-for-1 trade.
Man, these lightning speed reflexes, that's just the trademark of a good player, right? Interrupting Murden when he was about to escape, when he thought he was safe already. And without the main tank, all of a sudden, look at that. Blaze was low, the main tank is no longer there. Who's going to leash the puncher over the wall? Okay, Whiteman can do it as well, but she's going to take a pretty substantial amount of damage. Needs to even be careful not to die here. There we go.
She is absolutely dead.
Oh, me oh my.
If she hadn't stood in the root, she might have lived, but she did, so she's dead. So in the meantime, we see them push again.
Yeah, I mean, we saw RPG earlier when they played against BTG, how they weren't able to capitalize on those early objectives, right? But this time around, things look mighty different. Now, Stukov MJ in a little bit of trouble. Shouldn't have any problems, though, escaping. And look at DSL, he's just shooting down KT in the back.
See, though, he will actually go down here as well. Actually, whoa, that scroll of ceiling preventing the jump from D here, and SHC escapes.
So once again, RPG, they weren't able to destroy this fort, but that's a little bit too much to be expected, right? So with that first Immortal, Punisher, you don't expect to take down the fort, but you definitely expect, in a best case scenario, to weaken it gravely, and that's exactly what they did. So sooner or later, with the help of that bottom mercenary camp, they should definitely be able to get it. We see the China special, by the way, level 7, once again going for the intercession. So cleansing and healing at the same time.
Makes sense. I mean, we do see this sometimes from other regions as well.
Yeah.
It's still a cleanse. Cleanse is always welcome. You can never really argue against that. Assuming the enemy has like any CC at all.
The talent that we're used to seeing a little bit more, though, of course, is Fanatical Power, which upon activation will give you 50% spell power. But in return, you will also lose 25 armor. So it's like a bargain you have to think about very carefully. But it can actually make for crazy healing and crazy damage if used correctly.
HGC, another stun, trying to trap him towards his base, but it's not happening. Although they do get Malthael, with DSL once again putting on a lot of pressure. Mosh Pit has just been picked. C was looking for a target, but was unable to find one.
Yeah, I think like DSL right now is spraying pepper all over the Kalthus, like using pepper spray. It's not very nice, it's a dirty trick, but it definitely works out so far. KT oftentimes seems quite lost, doesn't seem to know where to go. Oftentimes a little bit abandoned by his teammates as well, who are usually on average a lot more mobile than him. Like Hanzo can jump over the wall, Murden and Blaze, they can dash to safety as well, right? So doesn't feel good right now to be a Blood Elf in this game.
No, it does not. You're getting punished pretty hard. Unless you can land that E consistently, you're going to have pretty severe problems.
All right. Alphas needs to stay a little safe. The only good thing I guess he can take from this is he didn't go with Conviction, right? So he at least won't have to get those resets on his damage stacking all over the place.
Yeah, no Convection. All is good there, but we still have to keep an eye on it. As we do see the defense continuing from TeamNut. They're still a level and a half behind. It's not the worst situation. They're still going to be okay talent-wise.
Yeah. Looks like DSL also chooses to go, you know, with Hyperion over the Reyna's Raider. Don't forget, guys, if there's AoE slowing going on right now, for example, or even a Mosh Pit, that is going to be AoE bonus damage for that Hyperion. It's actually going to melt things. I'm already looking forward to see that potentially.
Yeah, I'm not feeling great about the chances of TeamNut if they get caught in that Mosh Pit. It's all going to be about that cleanse. Cleanse the Muradin, you interrupt the Mosh Pit. Cleanse anything else, you interrupt the Mosh Pit. You have a chance.
And you do. Here goes an EGC, though. Salvo pretty much does nothing up to this point.
Yeah, slows weren't really brought into effect there, so nothing this time. But they did force TeamNut back a bit, but in comes the power slide, really only onto Blaze, who immediately drops the bunker.
Bunker is dropped. Blaze tries to go to safety. No, he just ends up falling to the Hyperion. The Dragon's Arrow goes into nothing, but they don't even need it. I mean, TeamNut would have needed it for sure, but the mosh pit wasn't even needed by RPG.
Yeah, holding on to that. And that's fantastic for their church potential. They killed Malthael on that Kale Pass again. And now Dia is trying desperately to steal those final 2 things away. Now it's up to White Maid. She gets a sash, and is able to get 1. But it's too late. It's gone.
Wow. I think this RPG team looks like a completely transformed one, and I think it's because of one major reason, Tetcher. It's because their DPS is finally working. Last phase, you had Sa and Chicken most of the time on those ranged assassins, right? It didn't always work out. Sa in particular proved to be, quite often the weak link, unfortunately. But now we have, I mean, DSL is putting in that work, but also Pa, who we don't really know who he is, but he seems like a really stable and pretty reliable player too.
He's performing very effectively, so no issues with that at all. He's able to start bringing back the matches in their favor as they begin to take through this. C and MJ, they joined the team last phase, and they're still performing exceptionally well as well. So, no issue here, although Free Show
40 armor, by the way.
Does take a little bit of damage, but that armor pretty effective. They're in fort range though, and the Dragon Arrow sets up a kill.
Here goes the damage onto DSL. I'm not sure if he still has his Adrenaline Rush. Walks to safety for now. 2-for-1 trade.
Gelfas is dead again. Trades out with the Phoenix.
Mosh pit. 3 people in it.
Hyperion's already been used. Just using the auto attack, just trying to focus down Muradin, but Muradin is the tanky one. And as such, he drops the avatar and they begin to chase, but they have gone far too deep.
Oh, far too deep indeed. For now, though, the root is landing on Blaze. Is DSL actually going to be able to execute him? Yes, he is.
Nice one. Nice job indeed. And everyone from TeamNut has to retreat.
Man, those are those moments where, you watch that as an observer, as a viewer, or as a caster, and you're like, okay, this is, just go for it. This is where you need to turn around and drop the mosh pit, right? Particularly after, dropping a Storm Bolt, just dodging a little bit of damage, and then the enemy team naturally is going to clump up because they really want to get a piece of the beef. And it was just beautiful. It wasn't the greatest of follow-up damage, right? Because there's only so much one Jimmy can do. But still, it was really cool to see how they had these communication skills, how they focused on the same target as well. And RPG, man, still in a commanding lead, 15-13.
It is looking very good for them right now. As they, nice knock up there with the Gravity Labs. I was about to say they very nearly pick up another kill, but in this case they were denied.
All right, 16 is about to hit for RPG. That's going to be a major advantage yet again for them. They're going to feel very happy about it. And the shrine is going to get activated pretty soonly, I believe. Whiteman, by the way, this time went for... Oh no, she went for the Harsh Discipline again. So literally no difference in the build from what we saw earlier. Still going for that root on a Searing Lash target.
So now, did we even see that get landed at all in the last time?
It's quite hard to land, yeah.
Oh, Gravity Lapse on ETC. A little bit early, pre-mosh pit. Actually, no, mosh pit was not the second cooldown. Dragon Arrow comes in, and ETC is going to die. Salvo comes out, though, for counter damage. Bunker, though, blocking at least a little bit of it. Free Show was able to escape, as was everyone else, but TeamNut actually come out ahead in a fight for once.
Avatar was just popped by accident, I believe. I didn't see Muradin. He's all the way in the back, right? So he popped it after the team fight was over. Or maybe... I'm not sure what happened. I would have actually... Like, it wasn't on camera, but something with that cooldown looked weird to me. Anyways, though, as you said, this was a pretty good kill for TeamNut, being a talent down and all. However, not too many heroic abilities have been used, right? We still have the Sacred Gown, low cooldown. Mosh Pit is still ready, Lorenado. So let's see what they can do. Also, it was really unfortunate for RPG because their backline was basically separated from the front line. So neither DSL nor PON could actually do anything in that team.
Jigsaw being forced to back up. They don't want to get themselves caught out of position yet. They have everyone, but there's still a talent behind. And with everyone already alive from RPG, they kind of know they're going to lose this. So it's XP elsewhere if possible.
Exactly. Try to utilize the time that your enemies are distracted by clearing the objective. That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to get a little bit of damage onto those towers. By the same token, though, Tetra, they need to be a little bit careful that they don't overly expose their top lane, because this is exactly going to be the lane in which the Punisher is going to be pushing in.
There is that Punisher. Pushing in the top lane, which has now been significantly weakened. The Fallen Shaman already empowering this push.
Yep.
Jigsaw creates a slightly fallen barbecue. But there's only so much he can do alone. His team finally begins to rotate in. Kel'Thas porting back from the bot lane. So they got an extra lane worth of XP. 16 is just around the corner. It might be hit just from passive XP here. They already pull in the Punisher. Blaze needs a little bit of damage. There's level 16. Perfect timing.
16 is here for the defense. They desperately need it. They really need to make sure that they don't lose any team members now. Let the keep fall. That is still something you can come back from. But if your core dies, you're out of this game. Pulling it over to the middle so the keep will actually help with that mighty objective. Good stuff coming in from TeamNut right now. They just need to maintain their patience. Now it's all in or nothing. The core's attacking immediately. They need to push their enemies back.
Dragon Arrow comes out, good damage onto par, forcing him to back up a bit, but the core is down. They can't even get through Yrel, and that is game number 2 going over to RPG. And they take the clean 2-0 and the full 3 points.
That they do. It was a purple Punisher after all, and yeah, you know, when you have that on the core with all those arcane turns on the ground, it's gonna deal a lot of damage. And unfortunately, TeamNut realized this a little bit too late. They turned on the heat when it was already over, but we can't really blame them. It was a tough defense in the first place. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is RPG with their first 3-pointer. And guess what, Tetra? This is already more 3 points that they were able to get all last phase.
That it was. So very impressive by them, able to do so there. And as such, with those points, they actually technically move into first place, tied with the 1 and BTG. Yep. But they're a little bit, they are now a game ahead due to that extra series. It is the opportunity for KT or the A team to move into proper first place, as they already have 1 point and have the opportunity to get 3 if either one's able to 2-0 the other. Like you said, RPG, more points than ever before, or at least in last phase. They're already looking better.
Pretty sure. I just remembered, by the way, guys, during the game I said we don't even know where Pa comes from, but then it dawned on me that he had a name change in this Andre. And now, all of a sudden,
Wait, is he?
I think so. I think I recognize this.
No, Andre's bad.
Oh, sorry. My mistake then. Then, still, you know, what I said in the game was true. We don't know where he came from. We don't know why he's so good. But what we can definitely say is that next to DSL, this backline, this assassin backline of RPG, boy, does it look scary. I wouldn't want to face those guys in a China match now.
Yeah, there's... Like you said, RPG, they were able to perform so well against BTG, who we've been calling like maybe one of the best teams if they're able to make some plays. So, yeah, I'm a little concerned as to the rest of the teams in the league. I can't wait for when RPG plays against like SPT or something like that. Or even, I think, the 1. Right now, after that performance, I'm pretty damn sure RPG could beat the 1.
Honestly, both the 1 and CE are not safe against the onslaught that could come from RPG. I totally agree with you.
RPG play the 1 next tomorrow.
Ooh, are they going to play twice tomorrow?
They play once tomorrow. They play twice on Wednesday, where they're playing against the A team and SPT.
Wow. Holy cow, dude. That is going to be one hell of a schedule for them. But yeah. Once again, it's safe to say that RPG looks the strongest they've ever had in a long time. Not really sure if they're going to be, you know, on par with the legendary Chicken Wang times. And Locktar, of course, back in the mix there as well. But, you know, time will tell. Time will tell.
And with... No, I'm good. Thought I was going to sneeze, but everything's fine. So RPG, we've already seen that they've been able to open up and start off strong, whereas TeamNut, they look good at their best, but inconsistent, potentially at their worst.
Yeah, TeamNut, you know, it's always like a love-hate story. They've certainly gained a lot of fans out there. I know you guys love them. However, it would be even better for them to actually please those fans, right? With some actual wins, some victories here and there. It's not like they're looking terrible by any means. It's just that something always seems to be a little amiss here. DSL, by the way, casually getting his second MVP title under his belt. It's like he's never really been gone, right?
Yeah, he's just rolled in, just like, oh, this is the better cool. Here's a Cassia. Yeah. And just decides to start wrecking everything. But he's fitting in the meta well. His Rain is solid.
Yeah, Rainer solid. Sergeant Hammer is good. Cassia is acceptable.
I think I just read that correctly, as he did 40% of his team's hero damage that game.
Wouldn't surprise me, dude.
That's a lot of damage, but yeah, wouldn't surprise me either.
So no, guys, we're just going to have to wait for the replay analysis. Hopefully that's going to go a little faster than last time. Like, we hate to cut you off, right? But Tetra and I are still human, and we too need our breaks every now and then. I mean, I'm not sure if Tetra is still human, considering the schedules that he's gone through. Casting machine.
Maybe. not entirely sure myself here. It's a little rough. Sorry for the slight distraction. I was attempting to find your information on whether DSL has been playing in Open Division. Turns out you can't check the standings for Open. You can check the standings, but you can't check the teams for Open Division without an account to the third-party website that China is using. That third-party website account requires you to have a phone number, and it will not allow a British phone number. It will only allow a Chinese phone number. So I can't look at the stats because I don't have a Chinese phone number. Ripper.
I'm gonna ask our good friends in the production crew. There we go.
I will say though, via the power of Translate, the names of the top teams currently in the Chinese Open Division, because I can see those, are pretty great.
Okay, go for the auto-translate names of the Chinese Open Division teams. I can't wait.
Here we go. From bottom to top. The word day. It's just day.
Okay.
Is one, two.
I've heard weirder names.
Yep. Storm Personal 1. Sorry, Storm Personal 2, and then Storm Individual 3.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. Master.
Great.
Is it? Explain. Is it question mark? Explain.
Dude, I thought you were talking to me, but because I said,
no.
Right, Mass is great. Is it?
No.
Explain.
That's the next team name. Is it? Explain. Then we have Strong Leg Hair of Glazed Sauce.
Oh my goodness, now we're diving deep into the matter.
Yeah, they're third place right now. I'll read first place first, because it's not as good as second place.
Okay.
The Invincible Iron Man. And then second place is Eating Shrimp and Shrimp to Peel the Shell. Hooray. I mean, my personal favorite is Strong Leg Hair of Glazed Sauce. That's definitely my favorite.
Eating shrimp and shrimp to peel the shell. Was that it?
Auto-translate, that's the one. The other teams, because there's a couple teams like off the bottom of the page. We have DYG, Come and Rub Us, and Heaven and Earth.
Nice. Can you just imagine, like, first of all, the clan tag or the team tag of eating shrimp and shrimp to peel the shell? That would be ESASTPTS. Good luck trying to pronounce that. And then they would have a shrimp logo. How cool would that be?
I guess. I mean, it might just be
a shrimp peeling itself.
Be the translate. I don't know. Yeah, like, hang on, how would you read that? That would be
yeah.
Logo breaks like down at the end.
A shrimp peeling itself and offering itself to the customer. That would be it. That would be my logo.
It seems like a pretty complex logo.
Like,
I mean, the Invincible Iron Man seems like it wouldn't be allowed.
Probably not.
It's probably copyrighted. I really want to know what the logo for strong leg hair of glazed sauce would be.
Oh my goodness! Please no.
I mean, I'm positive these aren't their names. It's just the translate not understanding context and stuff like that.
There's probably a team that has a shrimp in its team name, But whether that's
Yeah.
really the correct translation, we do not know. We do.
Yeah, Shrimp's in there twice, so don't know. But either way, that's what we have now.
Tetra,
Those are
I'm
the
so
open
glad
reviews.
you found this, because this was just the golden transition, the great bridge to what is yet another long break before the replay segment.
Yeah, I think it's time that we just let this go away and disappear. And ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, because the Chinese classes take a little bit too long for our sakes, we need waters and bathrooms and stuff like that. When we come back, it will be our final series of HGC China today. It will be Kudos Top versus the A team. Do not go anywhere.